And I'll take care of it. Ain't nothing there. We're here. Come to, but I'm not ready. On your command.
Non-mating call identified. Please approach wildlife with caution. Entering a conversational state.
On your toes.
Required.
Watch where you're pointing that shooter of yours. You've been pitching a little unevenly.
Since the fastball incident of '97, automechs are not permitted to participate in tossball games, leagues, or tournaments.
I mean, your aim's been off. You wouldn't want me or the good commander here catching any strays.
When attempting to capture a stray animal, approach slowly and quietly. If the animal senses danger, it may grow aggressive.
You know what? Forget I said it.
Your arrival cannot be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm, glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret. For any subject, visiting the matriarch and first sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the... but not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people. Reaching the vaults will be no simple task. There are likely to be... We must first gain entry to the security room, however. Once there,
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done. Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
After you. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. By the matriarch, there weren't supposed to be visitors today. That sentinel and docent are gonna put splinters in our plan if they're not dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
To have the matriarch taken from us before her time.
jaws of that trap on the Sentinel. Now to give that docent similar treatment.
Serve me. How in the places am I going with this?
Electrical damage failing.
You get turned around? Now, look, I won't follow anyone unwilling to put some skin in the game for me. Whatever you choose.
The security room that we need to reach is nearby. We should be able to disable that energy from there.
knows. No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Yes, right. I have a family. Well, no, not as yet, but one day. I swear, on my love of the Sovereign, let me leave and I will breathe not a word of your presence here.
Do not allow these crabbled tears to fool you. This is all a performance. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lathe, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we...
Commander, you are dying. We did not advise. Not ready. Please try again later.
Condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a
Commander.
toll on my father.
Reckon I
that is
found
likely
something
to
that might be
finish
useful
when
later.
time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out,
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. Just a jape, Commander. I know what I'm doing. Just doing my part. But thanks for the vote of confidence, Commander. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. Hold in the correct order, the door should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Ah, damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
Let's see if we can't suss out which switch is which before we commit to guessing. King's I to avoid another defibrillation. Maybe if we could peek the wiring.
Damn it!
On a
Neutralizing.
electrical dampener failing.
Found a logbook that includes memory wires and they correspond with each switch. Perhaps that'll be useful. The code I originally supplied can still be relied upon. 132. Wrong again. The code is 132. To see we're not overly impeded by this puzzle, but I apologize for my lack of preparedness.
Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. I know you're right. Suppose part of me still feels responsible for what he's gone through. If only I stuck it out, maybe then, well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple.
That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Remember those components I found? Turns out you were right about trusting my instincts. You take the honors, Commander.
Nice. I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot? Running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice?
Alas, I neglected to pack. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here.
In times of darkness,
This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the matriarch invented... nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now. I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the matriarch over a century ago in exchange for skip drives. Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
I'll admit, this looks bad, but the commander's right. There's gotta be an explanation.
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. That's just another story those in power tell to keep the rest of us complacent. We need to put that tale to the torch, even if it means setting the whole system on fire. The decision may not be up to you.
Let's say you're right, Zeb. What comes next?
I confess, my plans for after are more nebulous. The problems of that time are for greater minds than mine to solve, but they should have that opportunity, and we can create it for them. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches, nothing. Our dear matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
Whoa, put the brakes on, Commander. You can't be serious. We're not shooting Zeb. I won't let you, Commander.
Alert. Threats made against a superior officer are subject to immediate disciplinary action.
Zeb's still my friend, leaving all else aside. I have a duty to protect him, as much as you.
I believe Niles has already given you his answer.
Sorry, Commander.
Standing by for assistance. by for assistance.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pass a thermometer.
This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here.
This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now. I knew that it's in exchange for skip drives. Arcadia was everything Arcadia is. I thought I might find some technological erstwhile. Giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will eat.
Not to...
As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see?
Plus...
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? And should I refuse to leave empty-handed, short of shooting me? No.
I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra sacrificed herself. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about the day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed. But that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Are the ruffians who threaten me.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Pharmaceutical reload in progress.
Zeb was right. Never should have.
Health benefits. Promoting.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan and release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate. But that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. You're telling me you wouldn't have done things differently, or at least tried to. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. It's the damnedest thing. In spite of everything, I find myself relieved we spared her. Augustine still owes a debt to us, and the rest of the galaxy. Maybe she pays it all someday, and maybe she doesn't. Either way, you were right to give her the chance. Provided the rift don't dismantle us all before then. Yeah, suppose we will. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate. And I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the automech factory is advised. Should you wish to maximize your Valerie unit's combat effectiveness, building factory schematics. It is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
Things take time, Commander. Your command. What you need to worry about? You out there get the wrong side of my prayer. Let me in. Help me out.
Protocol not yet charged. Requested assistance currently unavailable. Standing by with life assistance.
Can't be too.
Lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. And obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
Do a few arc rates. Lower the rate of deaths on the job for sure.
sovereign has been reaffirmed. You may resume normal activities.
Apologies. Emergency protocols unready.
Attention, IRC staff. Please head inside for attendance is mandatory.
Earth Director agents are exempt from commands issued by non-director level entities.
Event. The interstitial hall and exhibition tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype drift anomaly modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the lead researcher's office.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone.
The sovereigns are downright dumb compared to them.
Not a time for that. It is a time to celebrate the bravery of our once and future sovereign. So dry those tears as I call upon you to stand tall with
Apologies. Emergency protocols unready.
I know how this looks, but I can assure you I have leave to look into... Oh, you're not security. Then you must be responsible for all the commotion I heard just now. I haven't the desire to contend with you on the matter. Not when you are so armed. For both our sakes, I think it best if we continue as we were. I will forget I saw you as long as you extend me the same courtesy. I was looking for proof, if you must know. There was an incident recently, and I believe our head of security is neglecting his duty to investigate. Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I'd grasp a live rod if I could pass its current to him. Although, unless you have unusual license to be here, his odds of keeping head and body united diminish by the second. That must have been so difficult for you. Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign from a rift experiment gone wrong. An experiment I was in charge of. Naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence. I couldn't possibly rely on an outsider to help me conduct an investigation, could I? No, that would be outrageous, unthinkable. Except, whatever the cause of the incident, it is my duty as a law-abiding protectorate subject to gather proof and uncover its cause. Really, Valancourt is forcing my hand here. Help you with acquisition? Assuredly not. If, however, in your exploration of the lab, you happen upon the modulator, I surely would not be able to prevent you from seizing it. What I am offering is help afterward. Once you take the prototype, it will set off an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility, but only if you help me in turn. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need. And if Valancourt suffers repercussions for its loss, I will count that as an added benefit. The prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall at the top of Exhibition Tower. Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them. But once you have the key card and rift device, reconvene here. Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the
Unfriendly in combat range.
Sensors indicate unknown biological matter within the rift.
They really just left the modulator out in the open. Well, let's say we avail ourselves of their force.
Quickly, use the modulator to open the rift. It may provide your only avenue for escape.
You with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it. It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far. A crude assessment and utterly untrue. I am perfectly accommodating to non-incompetence. I suspect you did not reach here unaided. So who was it? Which one of my undutiful brain boxes helped sponsor this little pilferage? Act glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you. Does such bravado normally advance your agenda? So be it. We can forgo civilities.
Not friendly.
Got extracted for you.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later.
Enthusiastically at neutralizing.
You know what David always says? Say, remember that time the Sovereign caught us comparing pitchball cards? He was so excited about you having that vintage foil of his favorite Sovereign slugger.
That was ages ago. Protectors of Piety
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back? Will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we shall part.
Evidence suggests this room, and all of the Boris loaf within, belong to the Sovereign.
Up to, but I'm not ready.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any risks you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
Enabling these automechs has reduced your chances of harm. Odds of suffering a random coronary crisis have not decreased.
You suppose there's been another...
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first. Matriarch's blessings on you. Let's not waste time, then. Of interstitial reconfigurating matter that claimed my arm. Let's open the hood. Rifts reconstitute matter in an imprecise manner, but use your imagination to conjure the original scene that could lead us to the evidence we need. You've discovered something. I knew it! I am absolved. And yet, I cannot possibly imagine what would have possessed him to deliberately endanger the Sovereign's life. It's unconscionable. I would characterize Valancourt as many vile and unmentionable things, but a traitor? No. A man cannot defecate without humming a protectorate anthem. For all the time I've spent trying to unsnarl Valancourt's I think I'm beginning to understand exactly what happened here. But if you have any I think I can formulate my own conclusion from our dear head of security has much to answer for. We need to go and confront Valancourt, now. I'm no longer willing to wait for the arc of justice to bend in my favor. Valancourt needs to die for what he's done. If I distract him, I'll go first, follow behind, but not too closely. I'll keep Valancourt talking so that you can get a good angle on him, but his patience is... Oh, and there's also a rift in the hangar. An experimental byproduct, as it were.
As I find your company, I must ask you to vacate the area at once. I'm preparing our defenses against an intruder.
Call the pleasantries, Valancourt. I know you sabotaged the experiment that nearly killed me and the Sovereign. I have the proof.
Calm yourself down. Such a belligerent tone is not becoming from one of your profession.
Don't tell me to calm down, you traitorous worm. To assassinate the Sovereign, and don't dare deny it.
For you to have discovered that, you'd have needed to reopen the rift. Ah, you're collaborating with the thief, aren't you? Oh, Doctor, big mistake.
I'm going to report you to Central Control. The Sentinels should know one of their own has gone rogue.
Oh, quiver? Your threats are wasting air. Let me know when you need a distraction.
Thanks always to traitors. Morale will certainly improve in the lab now, I should think, provided Valancourt's replacement is not also an absolute pilgarlic. I had prepared this trauma kit, but obviously that turned out to be an unnecessary precaution. Please, take it with my gratitude. I'm not sure murdering the head of security at a highly valued research facility makes the argument you think it does, but noted. Have no fear. No evidence of our little collaboration will survive. I'll see to it.
Now that you have the rift modulator, any previously inaccessible rift could be worth revisiting. Rifts may contain useful equipment and resources. However, due to the chaotic nature of reconstitution, some creative problem solving may be required in reaching them.
Considered that.
On your toes. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with.
refreshed, so refreshed. Mentally, I confess, so refreshed.
What's reprobate?
Contact reestablished.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Come in, come right in, and be refreshed. It's not just a...
Requires it. That's why mental refreshment is...
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lays of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect thoughts.
hello, contentment.
Just like being back on
Greetings, subject, or should I say refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
This protectorate subject appears to be cognitively altered. It may be best to limit aggression and feign friendliness.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitatement, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself. Several times, they say, and look at me now, never more content. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, /, you're right, and it will begin your assessment.